Here we go. Now we're back with the club mascot from New Hampshire, Evil Eye. You got to ride with that on a CB, a 52-inch CB antenna. Right. So this gentleman has got IROC polished wheels, telescopic, and we figured out why. He's got a 4-speed shifter knob because it's an automatic. You put it in drive and you go. Go, go, go. This man has something I need and I have something he needs, so we will hear from him. This is a 66 Monza convertible. Then we've got a specially made 65 Monza with what GM never offered, a custom deluxe bench seat with headrests. They never put a bench seat in a Monza. You got a Monza, you got buckets. Take it or leave it. You wanted a bench seat, you got this really chintzy bench seat. This is 65 material adapted to a 1969 seat. And I think these headrests look like passenger car, not Corvair. The Corvair headrests were stand-up headrests. Rumble, rumble. V8 Corvair on the run. This is the rare SS 68 Chevy Corvair that they never made. Why didn't Chevy offer an SS? They had the Corsa. The fellow that made the Corsa option, that decorated it, we'll call it, liked having little badges down here. I saw an article in the communique where he discussed how the Corsa was made and how it was configured. And this guy, Larry Shinoda, he designed a lot of Corvair stuff, a lot of Chevrolet high-performance stuff. And this fellow's taking it a step further. He made a Corvair SS. It's got the rally wheels that Chevy never offered. They had 5 luggers, like the Pontiac 8 luggers, for the Corvair in 65, but they never made them. No wire wheels in 65 and no Kelsey Hayes 8 lugger styles. Corvair SS. This is a New Hampshire Corvair. This young lady runs the spring dust-off in Hopkinton. We try to make it when we can, which isn't often enough. AM/FM multiplex, telescopic steering, deluxe seat belts, got the nice center console, and factory air conditioning in a 66 Corsa to keep things ice and nice cold. One day we'll put the trim back on, the chrome trim, and this vehicle will be perfectly complete. Manufactured from 1960 to 69. Yeah, air-cooled 140 horsepower, air-conditioned, and air-cooled Corsa. 66 Milano Maroon, 50,000 mile car, original paint, automatic shift to an all-transistor aftermarket AM radio. GM would order the cars, or the dealer would order the cars from GM without a radio, and the dealer would put in a cheaper radio to save a few bucks and make a few more dollars profit. This is a mostly original paint, low miles car, 13,000 miles on this maroon Corvair. It was a cover car back in 1993, 34 years ago. It's still looking good. I think it had 19,000 miles. I saw this at the spring dust-off in Hopkinton when I was there. I think it had some paint work done on the back on a 1/4 panel. Air-cooled 65 with a 4-speed manual shift. Can you believe how many Corvairs and how many Hounds are at the Corvair show? 4-speed manual with a small steering wheel. Another Maggiero, not Milano, Maggiero maroon. Telescoping wood wheel. Automatic shift and a nice old brass fire extinguisher. AM/FM radio, clock. 65. Doing good. Loving the Corvairs. Can't capture them all. Some of them are really popular, and this is a Canadian Corvair with a body-colored trunk, made in Oshawa, Ontario.
September of 65.
Early production at the very beginning. Yeah.
Look at the beauty rings on the taillights, you can tell.
The beauty rings, are they the wedding band beauty rings? You mean the exterior ring?
Yep.
Because they had the wedding band in early 66.
Early 66, and once they went from 66, the later model went all the way deep in.
Right. These are the so-called wedding band. That's 65. They're all 65s. There we go, all the way down there. There we go. Well, here's a combination. Don't roll down the hill.
Well, no, this is it. This is the later model. That's early model.
Yeah, these are the early 66 wedding band,
Yep,
and these they ran all the way through 69 with a larger ring, much larger ring that resembles the hubcap center cap. And there's the wedding band. I bet you this fellow didn't know that he had a combination of the early 66, early production, because those are a little hard to find. It used to be around everywhere. Tiger Motor Company, Columbia, Missouri. It's a 140, 4-speed, 66 Corsa with a beautiful wood wheel and the Corsa dash and later model GM pedals and a couple of brand new bumpers. No more bumpers. 65 Cameo beige, 31,000 miles with factory air and is that a reproduction door lock knob? It doesn't quite look like the one that I'm used to looking to for a 65 Chevrolet. This is just like my convertible, which now has air conditioning and it's almost done. I'd love to get it back and drive my 65 Monza with my 4-shift automatic. This has got wide whites. I went to the 66 style condenser. This was a carryover from 62, 3, and 4. They carried it over into 65. So-called suitcase condenser right on top of the engine. What are they thinking? They moved it over here in 66 and 67, but they got rid of it at the end of 67 because the engines were running too stinking hot. This has got the cooler end plates, but it's missing the little star washer under the spring ring battery cable. Always a bit more you could do to your Corvair to make it that much more perfect.
It's a late job.
It's a late 66.
Yeah. So this is the right one, but these look pretty.
We're getting the explanation of the wedding band taillights. We opened up a can of worms. Here is a 65. The 65 taillights were unique. 1 year only. Clark's Corvair parts. 400 Mohawk Trail. Not open for retail business except one day every second year, and today is the year. 65 Monza. There goes a beautiful Aztec bronze. 66 turbo convertible. Off it goes, full of passengers, and it's on the open road. This car, this crocus yellow 65, came from California, and it was in a warehouse, forgotten about. Could have gone off to the crusher, but no, no, no. We save every Corvair we can. Turbocharged crocus yellow. It's a beautiful car. 4-ply polyester Montgomery Ward's wide track oval 70 series. That is an old tire, and it's older than 1971 because it doesn't have the tread wear bar. It's got the correct hose clamp on the pressure retard distributor. It retards the timing under pressure from the turbo not to ping. And if you've got the vacuum advanced pressure retard, it goes one step better than GM to try and improve your fuel economy under a light cruising load. Look at these two beautiful Corsas. This is a 140 with factory air conditioning, and somewhere in here it's got that bracket that I need. Yeah, let's see if we can grab it while the guy's not looking. Where's that pivoting 140 bracket that we do not have, and we need to get our 65 Monza back on the road? Isn't this Corsa nice? It's got 69 style headrests and 65 deluxe seat belts and period correct Stewart Warner gauges, oil pressure and battery charge voltage, and a period correct gauge panel with air conditioning, AM FM, wood wheel, 2-speed wiper, washer, day-night mirror, sport mirrors, Anson racing wheels. These are Raider. They look new to me. Too nice to be old. Day 2 modifications. Crocus yellow, and this is called some dark gold color. This one's a mix and match, something like I would do. Just put whatever parts on that you got and drive it. What do we got here? The last of the late models. This is a 69 with Chevy rally wheels, chrome, probably reproductions, because Chevy never chromed them. You got argent silver paint. It's got non-headrest seats. So is it an early 69, built before January of 69, built late 68? It's got bumperettes. And the VIN is 2602 or 82. So if it doesn't have headrest seats, either 68 seats or early 69. The red lines look so good. It's a 110. The air injection reactor stuff is still sort of there. So much engineering went into that crap. But gotta pass your emissions. That's the law. I thought this was a 68 color. Looks like ash gold. It's a kind of greenish gold. Our last row of Corvairs, I've seen this Corvair here many years, year after year. It's a 64 Monza 4-door, cross flags on the fender, Corvair. Probably some aftermarket J.C. Whitney style part. 64 flat top. They used this roofline all the way from 1960, and we met with Paul Deason, who designed the 61 facelift, got rid of the cave cove 1960 Corvair. This has got great patina. I remember one of these when I was probably 18 years old. The guy had one for sale in Laval. Had a 4-speed. It was kind of rusty, same color as this. I think it's fawn beige. It had a bit of rust over here, just like this one, where the wheel well threw up its dirt. They hadn't put inner fenders in these years. Got the correct long battery. Tonawanda, the #1 team. They made so many Chevy engines there. Here's a 65 500. Hard to tell because you don't have the distinctive 65 interior. It's got a couple of correct lock knobs. I think the gold one's correct. Got the small head, 65, 66 only. They went to the big head in 66. This is a plain Jane 3-speed. At least it has a radio, not a push-button radio, but it's got a radio. It has a clock. Huh. 80,000 mile car, a 500 more-door 4-door. Not even a 110, a 95 horse 3-speed. Probably didn't even have a clock, and wire hubcaps, and fender trim. This would have been a plain car. If Chevrolet could have put silver-colored bumpers, or like the Nissan Toyota trucks of the 70s, no rear bumper, that's the way they would have done it. We've got a bit of pitting on these cast turn signal housings, and Clark's has a new housing, new lens, and a gasket. Did GM put a gasket on? Ha! Save a buck here and a penny there. Here's a 64, 95 horsepower maroon. And we've got our Corvair parts. The trunk is full for our 64 Monza. Nice survivor car. Yep, period installed custom Yeco exhaust. Looks like it's a little worn out. I don't like those exhaust extensions, but everybody gets to do what they want with their car. If it was my car, zing, off with the Sawzall. 61 4-door flat top with a beautiful 64. They used that flat top. GM got rid of it in 61, 62, and the Corvair continued that flat top with a little shade over the back window. This is a beautiful automatic 64 with a Motorola push-button radio. No GM radio in this. Look how nice this car is. Look how beautiful. That's it. Everybody's hiding in the shade. It's a nice sunny day. I like doing my roof work, so I'll just hang out in the sun at Clark's Corvair 2017. Love them all. Rumble, rumble.